rich light deep within your beautiful life. Let there be light for there is light deep within your beautiful life. Beautiful, comfortable woman, you're glorious within your ebony skin. You feel hurt and deserting, taking on the ride, but still your life is inside. Oh, let there be light, for there is light deep within your beautiful eyes. Let there be light, for there is light deep within your beautiful eyes. Let there be light, let there be love. Let's join together. Let peace be your guide. Let love be your guide. Oh, 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 yeah.
Push. Grand Rises, Galaxy family. Grand Rises, Galaxy family. Grand Rises. Wow, what a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. Brighter days. Mikey Conscious from Brighter
Today,
Days.
the African nation stands on the main stage of civilization. But until we are united to defend our rights and express our true souls, we are yet to achieve our true potential. Mikey Conscious presents. When all is said and done, this world will be a better place. The reason why we're here is because
What you say?
of
What you say?
God's grace. Just like the sun that comes out after.
Let me get you. For those who come out to the slow start now,
Today,
Mikey Conscious and
the African
Luciano.
nation stands
Right today.
on the main stage of civilization.
Welcome to the Galaxy Afro Reader.
But until we are united to defend our rights and express our true souls, we are yet to achieve our true potential. Mikey Conscious presents. When all is said and done, this world will be a better place. The reason why we're here is because of God's grace. Just like the sun, it comes out after the rain. So we don't just return after the pain. Keep believing and be true to yourself. 'Cause if it does, then what is yours will be left upon the shelf. Though the rules and trials and lives are trying you now. Hold your head up high and trust in Jah. We shall overcome. Bright today, there's gonna be a brighter day. Today for you, tomorrow for me. Let's keep it all that way. Bright today, there's gonna be a brighter day. And nothing remains the same always. Believe me when I say, sing it, Lucia. Africans at home and Africans abroad. Yes, we were rounded up and taken from yard. Divide and rule, the use won't keep us apart. Memories of slavery bring pain to our heart. Let's come together now today towards part. United Africans we are, just love from the heart. To secure the treasures of our land, so let it be. One God, one aim, one destiny. African liberty. Brighter day. There's gonna be a brighter day. Today for you, tomorrow for me. Let's keep it all that way. Brighter day. There's gotta be a brighter day. And nothing remains the same always. Believe me when I say, brighter day. There's gonna be a brighter day.
Like I rolled it solo this morning.
Tomorrow for me, let's keep it all that way. Brighter day, there's gonna be a brighter day. Nothing remains the same always. Believe me when I say, brighter day, there's gonna be a brighter day. Today for you, tomorrow for me. Let's keep it all that way. Africans, let's unite for the benefit of our children.
Yes, let's Africans unite. Let us all unite. Not true? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful rendition this of a beautiful tune, right? Why two artists there, Mikey Conscious and Luciano. As we step into this new realm of what? Of where we are and who we are right now. Not true. We have to go into this with powers and strength, Powers and strength. Right? So rise up, my people, rise up. Let's not let the life itself tear us down, hold us down, hold us back. Every day's a new day.
When I'm feeling kind of lonely, I'll call you and you come and say, make it okay.
Make it okay.
And I can trust you that way.
I'm gonna explore some of the reparations process. What do you think that we should be doing? What do you think that we should be doing? Huh? Come and talk. Let's have a conversation this morning. Right? And I'm not talking about what has happened. Let's move it forward now. Let's move the program forward. You know what they say? If get stagnant. Was it a rolling stone gathers no moss? Remember that saying there? What did he do for the celebrations of Empress Selassie? Selassie I. Eh? You want to text in some ideas of what you feel said that we should be doing for the reparations? That'd be fine. Right? You can do that on 079 47479 219. Yes, welcome, welcome, one and all. Hold on. Ooh, what's going on here? Not yet, Freddie. Not yet, Freddie. Actually, I've seen or I saw some footage of Freddie McGregor in his current condition, and he was actually performing on stage, performing on stage. Obviously, you know, he's still in the recovering of from uh, his stroke that he had a few months ago. Right, he's still recovering from that, but you can see, you know, the spirit is very strong. The spirit is there, you know, and yeah, one of the things you have to take into consideration here, you know, right, is that, you know, when you have a purpose, when you have a life purpose, right, that it will drive you to do things far beyond what a lot of people, right, the average person would have us believe that our capabilities are. The human body is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Balance and order within the body and outside of the body is a vital, vital, absolutely 100% vital necessity. Balance and order. Balance and order. Let's take a time. Let's take a piece of time here right now. I'd like to take a piece of time to bring to the attention of our people, of us, within myself and within yourself, to impart a spirit, to impart an essence, to impart to all of those who are inhabiting this planet Earth. Let there be peace amongst us. Let there be peace amongst us. I call upon the spirits, I call upon the essence of those who have passed. I call upon them and I say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Why? I appreciate everything that you have done for us. Your presence has not gone unnoticed. The things that you have done, the things that were done to you, we are very aware of these. This is why we ask for balance and order, justice. This is what we do. We're calling for that. And we will always say and be in the presence and in your essence. We raise our voices. We take our actions. And this is why we are here. We take the moment to give reverence to all of those who have been and who are present, and those who are to come. Those who are actually present here in the living realm, those workers, those warriors, warrioresses of all aspects, those who are in the giving of themselves for others, those who are in the spirit of oneness, those who are thinking and living in the oneness of all. Ubuntu. Ubuntu. Dr. Oliver mentioned over his visits in the States, and he visited a restaurant, and it was named Ubuntu. I am because we are, and because we are, therefore I am Ubuntu. We should greet each other with that essence in all and in everything. Ubuntu. And even if those who do not know what it means, they should see that essence flowing through us. They should experience it. Whether even if they are not even of our own cultural race, let them see, let them experience what true Ubuntu is. They may not agree with it, they may not want to be part of it, but the power of Ubuntu, is too strong, and they have not come with anything in their social existence of life to even to even be on par of what Ubuntu is. Some of them have tried to emulate it. Some of them have tried to emulate it, but they struggle. They struggle mainly because they are still not ready within themselves, living our true purpose in all elements, all uh, facets of how we as human beings are to be at any time and every day, and in every way is extremely important as well. How we are seen from day to day, from hour to hour, minute to minute is extremely important. Take that time, take that time to have quality time for yourselves. Quality time for yourselves. Reset yourself. Do not allow the the demands of the day to overwhelm you. Do not allow that. And if it does happen, which sometimes inevitably it will, take that time of silence. It could just be a minute, 5 minutes, or if you're blessed to have the time, to do some deep meditation, reset yourselves, come, come forward, move forward, live your life in your true purpose, not be reactive to what life is throwing at you. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. You will be blessed. You will be rewarded. You will be acknowledged. You'll be acknowledged by those of true spirit. Have you ever been in the presence of a young baby? That child who is just taking in everything in its vicinity. And it's like they will just look at you. But they don't just look at you, they're looking through you. They're taking in every essence of you. And their eyes, they will just look at your eyes without even turning away. Without turning away. And what do? You may acknowledge, or you may just look back in wonderment. And all they're doing is they're communicating with you. They're communicating with you, waiting for you to impart your purpose to them. Your purpose. Speak into your true purpose. Speak into your true purpose. The child is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful way of measuring yourself. Even the animals. Do animals come to you? Do they come to you? Dogs, cats, do they come running to you? Do they feel comfortable around you? Do they have a preference to be with you? Hmm? Or do you ignore the signs of your energy that you are giving out to them, and they just want to be part in your radiance of your beauty, of your energy. And I'm not just talking about the female element, you know. I'm not talking about just the female. We're talking about the males as well. Huh? Because I know when I'm in my meditative state, I could be walking through a park. This is an example. This is an example. I could just be walking through the park. And you know how some of these people just let them dog go on. They let their dog go on. And the dog will be there. And if they're allowed to run free spirited, as many do, I will guarantee 9 times out of 10, they will want to move towards me, and then the owner will direct them or call them back away from me. But I don't get them to come and they're barking, or as I say, shouting, shouting in conversation to me. Yeah? I don't get that. They will come, they will acknowledge, and then they will move on. You know? It's just like greetings, greetings, greetings. We do this with each other as well. Be that essence that walks into a room and makes a change. Be that essence of when you walk into a room, it's like a teacher walking into a classroom and the child will sit down there straight in their back and ready for attention. Be that essence. Those those of who are ready to come. Those who are ready to come, to be the future, to step into the future, you have to arm yourself with the knowledge. You have to learn the skills of life itself. You are the alchemists of the future. All the elements are there at your disposal. You are the alchemists, the creator. That which is with you and for you is all there. You just have to learn the skills of how to use all of your faculties. Your communication needs to be balanced. Your communication needs to be powerful, purposeful. Our actions need to be powerful and purposeful. You are the next level. Whatever age you are, whatever age you are, freedom, freedom, freedom is a must. You must always work for your freedom. Work towards your freedom for everything that you do. It's only those who are of no knowledge and understanding who stay a subservient puppet, a subservient puppet to society, work, develop, and move. Surround yourself with those who are working, developing, and moving. Don't waste your time with time wasters. Do not waste your time with time wasters. Yeah? All right, I'm on the radio right now. On the radio. Okay. Yeah. Grand Risings, anyway. Yeah. So, don't waste your time with time wasters. Or even though it may seem exciting at the time, if you review your days or review your strongs, what have you learned? What valuable contributions have you received? Who gave it to you? Who gave it to you? Where did you find it? Is it something that's going to help you now? Or is it something for your future? What new things did you learn? What new abilities have you been able to enhance for yourself? Those are the questions that we need to be living into our purpose in a continuous development as we move through our lives. Those who are for our future. Those who are developing into their futures. We love you all. We love you all. Take your place in life. Take your place in life. We are always here and we would love to see the betterment of you. There is no greater gift that you can give than to rise higher, better than that of where you came from. There's no greater gift. Truly, truly blessed that we are. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. It is done.
Right now, I'm taking it easy. Check my steps, I'm not in a hurry. Singing my life, the things that I needed so bad. Morning sun rising behind me. Stars at nights come out to remind me to give thanks for all of the things that I have. All is well, I've got my health and in such good shape. Pockets broken, I've got nothing waiting for that break. So I'm giving thanks. All I've got, I'm giving thanks. Whether or not I'm giving thanks for the life in me, I'm giving thanks now. Right now, the friends I'm surrounded are but few. Glad I'm not crowded. Just enough for me to concentrate. One by one, counting my blessings, getting close to goals that I'm setting. If I make mistakes, correct me, don't you hesitate. All is well, I've got my health and in such good shape. Pockets broken, I've got nothing waiting for that break. So I'm giving thanks. All I've got, I'm giving thanks. Whether or not I'm giving thanks for the life I've got, I'm giving thanks now. Yes, I'm giving thanks. All I've got, I'm giving thanks. Whether or not I'm giving thanks for the life I've I'm giving thanks now. Oh, I, yeah. Oh, yeah. Right now, I'm taking it easy. Check my steps, I'm not in a hurry. Soon I'll have the things that I needed so bad. Morning sun rising behind me. Stars of nights come out to remind me to give thanks for all of the things that I had. All is well, I've got my health and in such good shape now. Pockets broken, I've got nothing waiting for that day. Now I'm giving thanks. All I've got, I'm giving thanks. Whether or not I'm giving thanks for the life I've got, I'm giving thanks now. Yes, I'm giving thanks. All I've got, I'm giving thanks. Whether or not I'm giving thanks for the life in me, I'm giving thanks now. Well, I'm giving thanks. All I've got, I'm giving thanks. Whether or not I'm giving thanks for the life in me, I'm giving thanks now. Ooh, I'm giving thanks. All I've got, I'm giving thanks. Whether or not I'm giving thanks for the life in me, giving thanks now. Yes, I'm giving thanks. All I've got, I'm giving thanks. Whether or not I'm giving thanks for the life in me, I'm giving thanks now. Ooh, I'm giving thanks now. All I've got, I'm giving thanks. Whether or not I'm giving thanks for the life in me, I'm giving thanks.
I tell you, when you get some of these artists, and they come with their lyrics, then that's all you can do. That's all you can do. Just give thanks. Beautiful, beautiful. Very Sam and that song. You know? Wow, what an artist that is. What an artist there. You know? Exponent of beautiful music, that song. Right. And I would say, if you have songs and you want to share with us as well, be ready to just bring them, come, and we shall review them and see if they're appropriate for us to be played here. Because remember, it's not every forum you can take music and play although you may would like to do that, but still, how you can do them things there, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So we're here on the galaxyofthewee.net. Lines are open 0203-289-6504. Yeah, you can text the lines as well, right? Send your messages. We're asking the reparations. What is the next step for us? What is the next step? Let's bring a conversation around the next step of the conversation. I'm gonna come in and start you off in a moment, right? So again, 079 47 Right? So you can come and we can have a discussion around the next step for our reparations. What are you doing? Where are we going with our reparations right now? We've been on this road for a while now, isn't it? Some of us have been lifers on the reparation, and yet we're still battering. We're still battering there on the door. Let's do this. All right? Yeah.
I wanna hold you and touch you a long time. Now I have one regret. I never met you before. Still, it's not too late. Things can be great. You and me. Ooh, mama. I hear our yes. So I know I'm blessed with you, babe. Glad it's not too late. Things can be great. You and me. Na, 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 na. Let me be the first to say how so well you look tonight. I sure hope that daybreak will be nowhere close inside. 'Cause I wanna hold you and touch you for a long, long, long time. Now I have one regret. I never met you before. I should have known. Still, it's not too late. Not too things can be great. You and me. Ooh, baby, baby, baby. I hear my heart says yes. So I know I'm blessed with you, babe. Oh, glad it's not too late. Things can be great. You and me. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, I'm blessed. Oh, I'm blessed.
Yes, that's our brother there, Barry's Hammond, right? That's so, right. This morning I was doing some reviewing of some researching. I'm not saying reviewing, researching some material, that I would like to bring as well. The struggles of life, the reality of struggles of life. You know, um, it was in the province of one of the province there of Senegal, right? That it was on the Algiers um, channel anyhow, and they were doing a review of how things and how life is in Senegal. Yeah, and some of the political unrest as well. And yesterday on Nana Pakamberbai show, there was a caller there, and he was bringing us up to date on what was happening there in Africa as well, of the upheaval that was happening there. People being arrested, disappearing, and what came to my mind was the civil unrest of what happened in Zimbabwe many years prior, right? In our lifetime as well, in our lifetime, our life cycle, and these things that was coming to me, and at the time when he was talking about it, my heart my heart was in that state of concern. And what I was concerned with is that what is actually happening to our people, that we feel that we can repeat the same destructive patterns that has been one of the major disruptive things for us not to move forward. Why is it that we feel that we can still go ahead with genocidal behavior towards all of those who look like us? Why is it that we feel that we can do that? Why? Why do we feel that we can do that? And listen, I'm not one of the things, I am not going to sit here live on this station here and say, you know, I I personally wouldn't be in a I won't say agreement, but in the action of doing certain things, if it was necessary. If it was necessary. to save my life, my family life, my people them life. You understand? In other words, a civil action is there at times when you have to say, you know what, the warrior has to rise. Right? You know, and they, these people, obviously they've been taken from their home to whatever fate that they have been subjected to or being subjected to, right? And we know the brutality that the possibility many of them are facing. Many of them are facing. And remember, how do you come back from that? Because remember, if you're there and you are uh, a political leader, and then you're going to go into some arena, right, like the political house or whatever, wherever they have their meeting, and you have the opposition, those who have a different view, those who have a different outlook, those who are of a different mindset to yourself. And then all of a sudden, you just want to wipe them out. Wipe them out. Where is the humanity within you to do that? Where is the humanity? You could look another person straight in the eye and expect that they will have some form of humanitarian respect to you. So even if those individuals are allowed to come back into the arena in the same capacity of what they were previously, do you not think that they will have a completely different view of you? Do you not think that they will probably want to reciprocate the same treatment that you gave unto them to you? One of the things they that I was hearing that was happening is that they not only went for the individuals that are the main people or the main players in the political arena, but their families as well. So wife, children, everybody, everybody. What type of, right? And I was looking through, and like even as they were relaying it, I was trying to look to see if there was any news reports on this. Right? I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find anything. Even this, and hence that's why I was looking at Al Jazeera's news to see if there was anything on there to say, because obviously I can't rely on the BBC because they're probably backative of the situation anyway. The British Empire, my back foot. The British, them, brutish, yeah. They probably back it in anyhow, right? Right. So even for that alone, and then it's a case of that. They're doing it so publicly. They're doing it so publicly that there's no denying what is there. And of course, you know how most of society go on. You can do something in the public eye, and you may bask in the glory of your uprising, and then all of a sudden all these outside entities will turn on you and they will destroy your reputation, destroy your economics. You will find it extremely difficult to even exist in any form of leadership. But That's the actions that you have taken. That is the actions that you have taken without even thinking of what the outcome is going to be. Hmm? Everything changes in life. Everything changes in life. The things that I used to do 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago is completely different to the things that I need to do for today. The things that I need to do today. We are here as one type of person in this time, this existence. What is it that we need to do for ourselves? We are progressive people. Here on the Galaxy for we.net, we talk into the future. Blessed that I have been to being given this spot in the morning here, the grand risings of life. And yes, I will take the opportunity to be thinking and talking and acting towards our development. I'm not really interested in really what's going on out there in them ways there. Let's look to ourselves, the Galaxy family worldwide. We have been so blessed that we have correspondence from around the world. So therefore, we know what is happening instantly on the pulse of the world because of our presence as the Galaxy family. We have our global ambassadors. We have them. And there are many, many, many more to come. Many more to come. We have our reporters, right? We have our reviewers. We have those who see what is happening and live what is happening right around the world. This is what the family is. We have those who are out there who are looking constantly and working towards constantly the development and betterment of others. We have them. And yet, there are those out there in the world, because it's not only on the continent of Africa that this is happening. We have these things happening right around the world. How can there still be a state of enslavement carrying on even today? Even as I speak, there is still the state of enslavement being perpetrated on our people all the time. I hate it. I hate to think that we are still allowing this to happen. We are still allowing this to happen. We're supposed to be moving and sounding as one. No more. No more. Our reparatory justice needs to start here with us as the voice from the side of the freedom fence, and make it be sound loud. Let our voices be sound loud and in unison. You know the vibrations what could happen? You know the vibrations that could happen? You could have a glass of water. You could have a glass of water, right? And whatever tone that you have chosen to start your argument with, it is there. And what it does, it moves the air. It moves the air with tonifications, the tones, tonification. Yeah. This is why when we chant, we can feel a vibration. And if we repeat certain chants or mantras, it makes a change. It changes the air. And that change in the air will hit anything, object within its vicinity. So if you have that glass of water, you will see that the water is going to be moving constantly. You'll have one, you will have two, then you'll have 3, 6, 12, 24, 48 of you in that same tonification, and you will see that glass of water all of a sudden come to life. And all it was a still glass of water. If we move together in one unison, making the same vibration, we will affect what needs to be done. Slavery needs to stop immediately. And how do we stop it? We make moves. We make the air change by our actions, our words. Name and shame those who are participating in this act even today. Put them on the no-go list. Put them on the no-go list. Have nothing to do with them in any way whatsoever. You don't have to go there and lambast them and tell them about themselves, because they know about themselves already. We have to give the message to our people who are falling into the traps time after time after time, because they're looking for possibly the betterment of their families. Yeah, the betterments for themselves. But they're falling into a trap time after time after time. We, as the people of knowledge, de-brainwashing, the Galaxy family, have the responsibility to our people to give them the warning signs. Let the vibrations vibrate throughout them so that they will give the vibrations to others as well. Let the one voice be the start. And when we come together in our thousands, we can speak as one in unison. We can take actions as one in unison. When you're called upon to take action, there will be no hesitation because you are ready to take the action where it's necessary. Here on the galaxy of forwe.net, the only de-brainwashing station. I wish it wasn't the only de-brainwashing station, but we talk truth into power. We talk the truth into the power. Yes, there are those who are listening to us. Yes, they hear us. Yes, they will take some of our messages, and yes, they may use it in a way of that it is to their benefit. Yes, they will do that. But the results of freedom for all is exactly what we want. Freedom, harmonious living with all. I met a brother from Senegal on Saturday evening, and he was so enthusiastic to speak of his homeland. He was so enthusiastic to speak of his people. He missed his people. He missed his family. He misses them. Within minutes, he was showing me photos of his family, which he had on his phone. Within minutes. Why is he here? So that he can look to the well-being of his family, he can support them. That is why he has sacrificed his life to come all this way so that he could earn a living to support his family back in the homeland. Right? That's his purpose as he sees it at the moment. That is his purpose as he sees it at the moment. That he's here to look, to maintain, to sustain not only himself, but his family. Many of us has made that journey. Many of us made that journey. Many of us do that journey. How many of us has actually worked abroad in a different land for our family? How many of us has done that? I know I have. I've done it extensively. I've done it extensively as well. Obviously, my circumstances are, are different to others, but it's the journey, putting yourself in that position to do what you need to do. And I'm going to tell you now, right, that when you meet people in other places, when you meet the people in other places, in other words, in working environment, their outcome their views, their expectations are no different to anyone else around the world. They are exactly the same. Man and man, woman and woman, young person and everything else. Their desires, their intentions are exactly the same all over the world. Right? The only thing is that their language and their accents. That's the only difference. Right? A child is a child is a child. It's only the different values that makes the different. The values is the only thing that makes the difference. Right? Yes, yes. I've experienced exactly the same. I've experienced the same BS that is here, that I've experienced here. I've experienced that in many, many places, many, many, many places. Right? Not only from those who I am working with, right? But also for those who are working for. Yeah, I've experienced that many a time that they go into silent mode as soon as I walk into the room, arena, the meetings, and everything. So, that's no a big surprise there. And then I explain to them, I go, wow, you're just like an Englishman because they do the same bullshit as well. Oops, sorry. They do the same rubbish as well. And then they look at each other, but we're the, and I say, yes, 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 yes. Yeah, your your caca smells just like everybody else. Yeah, man. Yeah, So in so many ways, we are nomadic people, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just for us to embrace the essence of life itself. Embrace the essence of life itself. Make the most of it when we're here and we're looking at, oh, what can I what can I what difference can I make? Right? Everybody would like that. Everybody wants to be, I wouldn't say different, but everybody would like to make a difference. Yeah, everybody would like to make a difference. I love the fact that no matter where we go, we are a lot of people do appreciate who we are. All you have to do is present yourself as a genuine people. Genuine people will appreciate you. There will be those, right, who would wish you dead. There are those who would wish you dead, literally. Yeah. But then again, something, they're probably going to be more ill than you anyway. Because I know say that I've seen many of those end up in a grave way before their time, and way after the time that I gone and moved away already. Yeah. Okay. So let's look to see what we can do for our reparatory justice for ourselves. Where do we stand in time? Are we going to be that that tonification? Are we going to be singing and speaking the vibrations of change? Are we going to be doing that on the first of Mosiah? We look to gather together. Right, the first of Mosiah, we're going to be there to actually come together to march, in the sense of that we are going to be there in unification. Are we going to be there making the difference, ensuring that, yes, how many, it doesn't matter who or what and how many we there, we are there to make a change. Live into your purpose. Live into your purpose. You feel say you feel say that when we move together, we gather together, right? There might be just even 10, 5, 30, 100 of us, but the vibrations that we build from that and those groups, those individuals, the mindset of one could move even 20, 30. And the actions of those 20, 30 will spread to 100, to 1,000. And the results of those thousands making a movement or making a contact with them could ignite another 10,000. And that igniting of the 10,000 will reach to 200,000. And then you will hear that 500,000 have heard about the movement. So don't be put off with these reviews of, oh, there's not many there, or, oh, it's not like the first time. Let me tell you something now. I'm going to tell you something now. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. The first time is the first time. What you should be concerning yourself with is this time. This time. This time is the time that is important right here for the reparatory justice of what we need right now. This is the time. Here on the galaxy of forwe.net, on the Grand Rising shows, we are telling you to start your vibration. Start your vibration now. Put it into your thoughts. Let every other words that you are formulating be formed around the reparatory justice, so that when you come there on the 1st of Mosiah, the 1st of August, down there by Winra Square, you are ready. You are ready to speak, to live, and to be your truth. You are ready to do what is necessary. Yes, yes. Lines are open. The lines are open here on the galaxy of forwe.net. Let's hear what you have to say about your reparatory justice and your reparatory program that you would like to see for yourself. I'm gonna tell you now that for the next, well, right up until the first and beyond, we're going to be talking about our reparations right here on the galaxy of forwe.net. Right, I'm going to share with you some things that we need to do and needs to be done immediately, straight away. 0203 289-6504 is the line for you need to come and contact us right here, right now. Go on, Lucy. Let me see what you have for me.
Emancipation, Universal Declaration. Hold on, oh God,
Drink some water.
Africa for Africans, that's where I got to be. No more in Babylon, free us from captivity. Africa for Africans, says Messiah God be. No more in Babylon, save the captives free. They took us from
Brother Kush, what a brilliant program yesterday, man. What a brilliant program.
And we worked so hard in their old territory. They enslaved I and ancestors.
Abu, defending the wicked.
And even deny us our rights and liberty. But the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. Yes, for sure, that will set the children free. How many mountains we have climbed, so many rivers we crossed. Africa for Africans, that's where I got to be. No more in Babylon, saying the captives free. Africa for Africans, says Messiah God be. No more in Babylon, know your history. For those who survive such dreadful genocide, always remember those who suffered and died. We're raging a war against this racial society. For my children, one and all, don't easy with me. Africa for Africans, it's where I got to be. No more in Babylon, free us from captivity. Africa for Africans, says Messiah God be. No more in Babylon, know your history. Too long we've been out there, this is unfair. Children of paradise and despair. They took us from our mother's land beyond her boundaries, and worked us so hard in their own territory. Enslaved by our ancestors with much brutality, and even deny us our rights and liberty. The hotter the battle, the sweeter the victory. Cause for I, all Africans must be free. Africa for Africans, that's where I got to be. No more in Babylon, free us from captivity. Africa for Africans, says Messiah God be. No more in Babylon, we know it's so real. Africa for Africans, that's where I got to be. No more in Babylon.
When they bust the gate of freedom. Not true. Bust the gate of freedom. Come on. Bojo. Step forward, my brother. Step forward.
Vibration is long time I don't see the eye now. Yes, the lion. I just happy. You know what I mean? Hey, yes, my friend. On the band street again.
Where's the Messiah? We have to be there.
My friend, them set me free again. Their walls could not hold us, so they had to turn me loose. Yeah, horse could not hold I. Oh no. So they had to turn Mark loose. Yes, my friend, me good friend, with the first street again. Yes, my friend, me good friend, them set we free again. How in the world could this be? They have no idea what they have done to me. No, some may think it's a mystery, but I thank God the day I man walk free. And yes, my friend, me good friend, with the first street again. Yes, my friend. Yes, my friend. Them set we free again. 10 years, trial and trail, clean and pure, heart make man prevail. For my freedom, you put up the bail. No man, they are road shouting on the mail. Riots wasn't few. Then he candles burning through the night. And the tears my loved one shed, God himself heard their cries. Yeah. Countless days and nights, with no sunlight in front my eyes. Yeah. Many criticize. Oh, I say,
Today's the day I
what
made
is the difference between the fool and the wise? I'm crying, yes, my friend. I know, friend, with the first street again. Oh, let me tell you. And yes, my friend, indeed them set me free again. The bars could not hold me. Rather no, therefore they had to turn me loose. Yeah, the words could not control me, so they had to turn me loose. Rather yes, my friend, me good friend, with the first street again. Yes, my friend. Yes, my friend. Them set we free.
The Bissau. During centuries of isolation, the inhabitants of the Bissau's islands have preserved their ancestral culture and traditions. The result is an exceptional society, a matriarchy in which women run the economy, spirituality, the law, and the family. On one of its islands, Orango, the powerful Queen Bamba ruled a century ago. Thanks to her, women accumulated more power than ever, and the inhabitants of Orango became part of a community which was unique in the world. For generations, the Bissago women chose their husbands, built their houses, and organized the work. They are considered to be a bridge between the world of the living and the dead. On the island of Orango, the women are the queens.
Don't get nervous, my brothers. Don't get nervous. No fool, man. I'm going to be moving on that now.
The Tabanca of Etikoga is having a celebration. This Tabanca as the local villages are called, is the largest of the island of Orango, with just under 1,000 inhabitants. For two of them, the day is more special than for the others. Sarita is wearing a saya, or traditional skirt. In addition to a wig, she adorns her body with necklaces and bracelets. Dino is sporting clothes with striking colors. He also adorns himself with necklaces and oils. Today, he is wearing this clothing on the occasion of his wedding, but young men have dressed in this manner for centuries with a clear objective, attracting the attention of women. Their role was restricted to allowing themselves to be seduced, as traditionally it is the Bisago women who have chosen their husbands and asked for their hand in marriage. Women also ended the relationship when a separation occurred.
Sintar, ikonta dukuma, ikaba purkurang de kunstane kumandantar. O simpanya rai bombias. Ale bakar garindido. Tafika utru, leva utru.
She was explaining that
Although
when she gets
Sarita's
angry, she
mother
does
and
take up her
grandmother
things and
asked for their
gone.
husbands' hands in marriage, she did not. With Western influence, this custom is changing. Sarita and Tino have known each other since childhood, as they were both born in Etikoga on the island of Orango. This is one of the 20 inhabited isles of almost 100 which make up the archipelago of the Bisagos Islands. Each island has its own identity, but they all share a common past, that of the Bisago people. This ethnic group has retained a matriarchal society unique in the world, in which women are the force which drives life and spirituality. They practice the animist religion. They believe in the existence of a supreme being, Nindo, the god and creator. This is a distant god which cannot help humans. But there is an intermediate power between God and men, the Oribok. The Oribok is a universal force which unites all living creatures. It is a wider concept than the soul, as it also refers to the dead and the protective gods. For the Bisago, nature is inhabited by these supernatural beings which rule man's destiny. For this reason, many beaches, trees, jungles, and some islands are considered to be sacred. In Etikoga, life is simple and peaceful. The inhabitants are linked by many family ties. Sarita knows all corners of the Tabanca well. She knows that there is a place where she and the other inhabitants are forbidden to enter. Only a few women may go inside, the baloberas, or priestesses. They are responsible for the maintenance of the baloba, a sacred place where the iranes can be found. The Iranes are objects or statues where the Orebok lives, the spirits of the gods and the ancestors of the Tabanka. The Baloberas are powerful women who are respected for their capacity to communicate with the gods and with the dead. People come to them to ask for help and the protection of the Iranes. In the sacred Baloba, they hold major ceremonies for the benefit of the whole community.
That's it. Nothing can be done to be told for the first and decide on the ceremonies. Sorry,
The important role of women in Bissago society is reflected in the mythological origin of this ethnic group. According to legend, the first woman who inhabited these islands gave birth to 4 daughters who received different possessions. Orakuma was granted the right to the land and the holding of ceremonies. Ominka received the sea and with it the fishing. Oraga nature with its paddy fields and its palm tree. And Ogobane, the power of the rain and the wind, so as to control the dry season and the rainy season. These women gave rise to the 4 clans of the Bissago people. Surrounded by huge trees and now uninhabited, the old Tabanka of Edunque is considered to be the first settlement of this people on the island of Orango. All the houses which make up the Tabanka are balobas, as is indicated by the presence outside them of the cuserum, a tree which is considered to give protection. From the Tabanka of Edunque, the clan scattered to found new Tabankas until Etikoga was reached. Society is structured in clans, and there is a class system by ages. Throughout their lives, both men and women perform initiation rites. In this way, they pass from one stage to another and gain rights. The choice of the kinglet, or chief of the Tabanka, and of the Baloberas does not depend on age, but on belonging to the clan which owns the earth. As this lineage is inherited by women, it is they who determine the positions of power in society. The kinglet is responsible for administering the natural resources and for establishing the time of sowing and of fallow land and what to do in the case of drought. He is advised by a council of elders made up of both men and women.
My name is Augusto Fernandez. I'm the kinglet of Orango and the nephew.
Augusto belongs to the lineage of the Oraga. He is descended from Pampa Caniimpa, a queen in whom myth and reality merge. As he is almost 100 years old, his son Simon is in charge of guarding the tomb of this queen, who is venerated by all the inhabitants of the island. Okinka Pampa governed Orango in the early 20th century. She was a peace-loving woman who, despite having an army, preferred to pay heavy taxes to the Portuguese to avoid war.
E obrigado vintra chama o cada homem na tabanca para poder pegar na umbaca para pagar aqui tropas portuguesas. É para depois que paga tropas portuguesas falar o problema que tem agora no cana guerreira.
During her reign, the privileges for women of the island increased. After her death, the Portuguese subjugated Orango, which was a colony of Portugal, for 4 decades.
This unlimited social media from Voxy is fab.
We can keep posting for centuries.
As the day begins, the activities start at the home of Tanya and Daniel. This morning, Daniel will go to gather chabeu, the fruit of the palm tree. The work is divided between the sexes. The men do the work in the jungle and on the sea, while the women mainly do the household chores. The magnificent state of preservation of these islands is largely due to the faith and the animist traditions of this people. In this way, they have lived for generations in harmony with nature, taking from it only what they need to survive. The main resources are the cultivation of rice, vegetable gardens, and fishing. Numerous products are also obtained from the palm tree, and peanuts and cashew nuts are also cultivated, mainly for export. Donna is the representative of the Association of Women Horticulturists of Etikoga. Today they have a meeting to make decisions and organize the work of the forthcoming months. The women are the mainstay of the economy. They work harder and take on more responsibility than the men do. They form associations to administer the economy, social welfare, and the law. A council of women is also responsible for judging and punishing any crimes committed, which are, however, rare.
Nós estamos no tempo próprio que nós começamos a preparar a horta, nós começamos a fazer limpeza, preparar o próprio quintal para ver como aqui está, para reparar, para fazer tudo, para não poder arrancar trabalho de fazer horta.
In the Tavanca, there are small vegetable gardens which are privately owned and large ones which are collectively managed. Agriculture in the archipelago is determined by the rain cycles. The dry season is from November to May and is the best season to cultivate the vegetable gardens. After it rains, it is time to clear the fields, to repair the fences to keep animals out, and to begin sowing. The palm forests are where the men carry out their main productive activities. Exploitation of the palm tree is vital to life in the archipelago. Essentially, it gives wine and oil. The oil is extracted from the fruit of the palm tree, the chabeu. To gather chabeu, the men are obliged to climb to the top of the palm trees, a height of over 20 meters. To climb up, they use just a rope made from palm leaves and the weight of their own bodies. Daniel changes his rope every month to ensure it does not wear and finally break. It is risky work, which has claimed a number of lives. It requires concentration at all times, as any error may be fatal. Individual gathering of the cabello is for family consumption, while collective gathering is for obtaining oil to sell. Palm oil, together with wine, is indispensable in the carrying out of ceremonies and rituals.
Yes.
The Bisago believe that without the oil, the Iranes may refuse their requests.
Palmera tem grande importância. Uma boia, não sai de cortete bem, que está servindo para a alimentação. Bijugus, eles, está alimenta de floresta. Então cortete bem, está buscando ostra na mar, está buscando mangarucos na mar, que pode servir para a alimentação.
He's saying that the area gives
Another
them
of the
food.
resources exploited from the palm tree is the sap, from which wine is obtained. Before climbing the trees, the men make small funnels from palm leaves into which the sap will fall. It must be extracted sensibly so as not to exhaust the resources of the palm trees. The liquid obtained has a low alcohol content. It must be left to ferment and protected from the sun to prevent it from turning sour. Cashew wine is also made, although palm wine is more popular. The cultivation of rice is the main productive activity of the islands. Bisago agriculture is of a shifting nature. It gains land from the jungle, which is cultivated for a year, and then left fallow for between 6 and 12 years. The plantations are small in size and are fenced off to keep animals out, especially hippopotamuses, which are abundant on the island. During the dry season, the men clear trees from the land chosen for cultivation. They sow the rice with the first June rains. The women help the men with the harvest. It is they who keep the keys to the barns in which the rice is stored. Although the islands provide a large variety of resources, rice is the basis of their cooking. Tanya is preparing a traditional dish. It is a recipe of boiled rice accompanied with mangara soup.
Mangara soup.
Mangara, or peanuts, are produced mainly for sale, together with cashew nuts.
Tell you.
Once it has been cleaned,
You
the mangara is ground to a paste.
Observe what's going on here. All right. Well, part of the
It is then
repair
kneaded as
justice
finely
now
as possible, as it must be dissolved in water.
is to eat like a proper African. And get some proper food too. Some proper food. You know? Imagine that. Can you imagine that? For the whole month of the August, the Messiah month, that we just focus all our actions to be moved in one direction. One direction. Reaching out to us, to some new listeners. I wouldn't say new listeners, but some listeners here, right? Sister J, welcome. And our sister Angela as well, Angie, right? Welcome to the galaxyafui.net. And I hope that you're receiving and you're hearing beautifully as we do. You can send me a text message if you like to confirm, right, on 079 47479 219, right? Or you could even call in and tell us what you feel is what we need to do for our reparatory justice process as well. What type of actions would you like to see taken for us to really, really make a difference in our lives and for everyone's life as well? So I kicked the ball off with about the slavery, that it must be brought to a stop globally. How can we, in unification, how can we make a difference with our vibration of one and two and 4, 8? We know about vibrations, don't we? Right? Musical impresarios, everyone and both of them, anyhow. Sister J, Sister Angie, man, full appreciation. Let me bring another sister into this as well, into the vibration, right here. Sister Audrey, right here. Come on out, Sister Audrey.
Just call me by my name. If you were born an Englishman, I'm sure you feel the same. My mother.
Lines are open 020328960504.
All the promises of work and pay were only partway true. They said, come on over here. We've got plenty of work to share. And now, 40 years later, we must go get some papers. So don't call me no English girl, just call me by my name. If you were born an Englishman, I'm sure you feel the same. And now that time is running out. Now they're putting out the shout without telling people what it's all about. Just spilling lies from their mouths. Some say we flooded over here. Some say we've taken everyone's share. And now 40 years later, we must go get some papers. So don't call me no English girl, just call me by my name. If you were born an Englishman, I'm sure you feel the same.
Grand risings, our brother Akram. Greetings.
I'm sorry I'm a bit late, but yeah, I just want to run something by you quickly.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
This Dot Another Bio show last night, and the professor that was on last week with talking about the situation of his problems that he's having, at the university, the historian. And something rang by me that, you know, there's a whole lot of history. Every day we hear history. And, you know, when I think about Africa and what is needed for Africa, you know, they used to talk about America, the American dream. They sell that thing, sell that to people around the world. And people from all around the world rush to America because of the American dream. Right?
Which is beyond the majority of the residents, you know.
Well, exactly. But again, as I said, you know, I mean, I suppose there are dreams over there. The difference is the mindset, okay? And I'll give you an example, because a lot of my family came here, uncles and aunties and so forth, right? In the early days, but so. And the youngest one went to America, but he didn't go all the way to the big America. He went to like St. Thomas, like that, right?
Yeah.
It's an American country. And of all the relatives, he's the only one that became a millionaire. See? And I suppose that's the difference with the mindset of being in America, because America pushes you that you have to be, you know, you have to develop yourself. Whereas here, you know, you get in a council house, you don't think of that pushing yourself beyond.
No. And they put like, you know, they have increments of, if you reach a certain level or status in life here, they put increments there that they make it extremely difficult to raise to another level. There's no flow. There's no flow, right? And a lot of information is not imparted in the way of saying, you know something, now that you've accumulated money in a certain way, let us show you how to maintain. They've got systems here that just know how to take away that money from you.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and this is the whole difference between, and I'm saying, you know, we need a lot of more education on the aspects of developing ourselves, because we have, you know, it blows my mind, the potential of Africa. I mean, that's why I have to love Africa, because whether, you know, you make it or whether you don't make it, but at least you can have fun in trying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It cannot done. At every angle you look this way, you look that way, there's opportunities. You understand what I'm saying? Right? And to me, the education of trying to harness these things. Get our people, you know, like that's this sort of difference of Germany. Germany teaches you about, you know, in the school, you know, and that's one of the things which I was thinking about, that if we set up our own school,
well,
we should the German way.
Right. Okay. Then part of the reparatory justice process that I'm seeing, right, and I've identified, is that we need to have a total education dedicated to our social development, right? And when I say our social development, I mean our independent social development, right? We should have our own examinations, our own standard of education should be far superior to what they have been subjecting us to anyway. Right?
Oh, certainly, 100%. I agree with you.
Yeah.
100%.
We and this is the dumbing down of most of us. We are still yearning and scratching around to be of their standard. Their standard serves them. It don't serve us. So therefore, we need to know and understand what is necessary for us to thrive, right, and be independent. Because I'm going to tell you now, the Chinese, them Indian, they're not looking to be their standard of education. They're looking to be industry leaders. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
We unfortunately are not striving to put ourselves in that position. It's very, very, very few of us who are striving to do that and to actually step away from the deception of what society or most of us are living under. They're afraid to even step away from that.
And that's why, you know, Dr. I was talking about yesterday about the situation of the education of, you know, the county, whatever. And this is what I'm saying, you know, the potential of us as, you know, the educators among us, right? As you know, the educators among us, the teachers, the ones who maybe on retirement and all of those sort of things, right?
You can't retire if you're a teacher. You can't retire if you're a teacher.
Huh?
There's no retirement if you're a teacher.
Well, exactly. Exactly. And what I'm saying is when they, you know, but I'm saying that the educators, the ones who have gone here and get the high standards and whatever it is, Africa, they need to come together. Numbers of them come together and set up the Pan-African schools in Africa, all across Africa. It is huge. My brother, they don't understand. Look, this country here is very good at trying to get people all over the world. I travel this place, and the amount of students all over the world coming here, and they're setting up, you know, not just schools, but the accommodation to accommodate. It's a big, huge industry.
Of course it is. Of course it is. And what do they do? What do they do when they come here? They get their education, right? And their brainwash ethos of their lives, and they go to wherever they go in the world, and they work within the industries that support this system, right? It supports this system. It's feeding, is in some way or whatever, is feeding the network of this system. Yeah? The system.
The fact is, right, as I said, you know, King Faisal of Saudi Arabia, okay? You know, I mean, before they got rid of
King Faisal, yeah. King Faisal, yeah.
A brilliant man. You know, what he said is, look, you know, and he talked to the guy in Nigeria because of the president of Nigeria stuff. We don't need the West. We don't need them. What we can do is we can get the best teachers.
Yes.
We have to pay them. Why do we have to send them to Oxford and Cambridge? They can come here.
Exactly.
We can down here.
And that is that. Yeah. You know, that is exactly what is necessary. That is exactly what is necessary.
Teaching so many children. You know, we don't need to be sending our children all the way from Africa to come here. We have the professors. We have all of them. The educators.
That's right. That's right. And you know, one of the things, my brother, right, is that, you know, the blueprint has already been set out for us many years. We just haven't acted upon it.
Exactly.
We have not acted upon it, right? And when I say we, us as the African nation, right? And when I say African nation, all those who are born in and outside of the continent, globally, right? For the fact that there has been many of us, right, who are aware of what is necessary. Unfortunately, our actions does not reflect, and our results do not reflect what our understanding or inner standing has come to the light. Right? The fact that, come on now, how long does it take for a real education to take effect? Right? I know I've done my apprenticeship. It took 6 years. My apprenticeship was for 6 years, right? Something I would say, yes, I'm a skilled craftsman, right? But in all honesty, the level of my education at that time, right? It was what degree level. Well, I got a degree in engineering anyhow, right? But was it satisfactory for me? I thought, you know what, I'm just going through the motions. I'm just going through the motions. It wasn't. I would say that it wasn't really challenging.
Right.
So you can imagine now if I actually push myself to really challenge myself. Really challenge myself. You know when you're studying and you're sweating, right? And you are there and you can't sleep because you've got a mathematical equation, and you know when you're on the cusp of inventing something, and you know that you've got the right formula, but it needs that little bit more. Yeah. Imagine now if I was pushing myself like that daily, how far would I have gone? How far would I reach?
You know what? One of the things I come to learn, okay? And I tell you something, right? As I said, growing up, I have to say I was lonely. Lonely in a sense because I have ideas and other things like that. But it's the people around you to be pushing you or giving you the things. And I had to push myself because, you know what I'm saying? Because no one pushing.
Right. Let me tell you something now. You see, you capture me now in a conversation now. You're right. You come too late. You come too late in the conversation, man. Look at this. I'm at the top of the time. I'm at the top of the hour now, and I have to go. Unfortunately, I have to go.
Time anyway. But,
well, listen. I would say to you, right. Let me tell you something, brother Akram, right? If you wish to come on Wednesday morning, right?
Yeah.
Come on Wednesday morning. Come in earlier, and let's have this conversation and continue, because this is the theme of what I want to push us up right up until the 1st of August, yeah, or 1st of Mosiah. Right? I want to speak into the future. I want to speak into what we can do and what we should be doing to ensure that we are in the process of doing our reparatory preparation. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay? So your invitation to join us on the morning is there, right?
Okay then, thanks.
Okay then. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. Right. To all the listeners out there, right? I apologize, but I'm gonna have to go now. Because life is calling, and I have some duties to do. Next up will be the Griot Show, right? With our brother Kwame and associates, right? As well. So let's all listen in on to that as well. Okay? So bless up.
You must go down, Lord. You are go down. Free up your children out of your bondage. All wicked men, the judgment has come. You better listen. There's so many hungry mouths to feed. Poor people are living in need. Good God Almighty. We're struggling hard just to survive and live a decent life. But it's not easy. I know this road is not a big road. Give us a chance to live as we suppose. Cause it's one God, one aim, one destiny. Every man was created equally. Free all the children out of oppression. You must go down, children out of your bondage. Oh, wicked man, the judgment has come. You better listen. You better heed to your calling, 'cause Babylon is a falling.